Okay. It's the 8th of January, 2012, and welcome back to Canadian Frameline's weekly updates. I'm Ryder White, and I hope you watched us last week. I am not joined this week, sadly, by my fabulous partner, Alexandra Caulfield, but I'll do my best to keep you entertained. And as you can see, probably by the picture quality and the red walls, we are back in Canada. Yay! After 18 days of muddling around in the southwestern Americas, we are back in our own country, so it's fabulous to be here. Last week we were talking about what we were going to do at the end of the trip, where we travel around, teach people to use Super 8, then they develop their own things, and we screen the films in the towns. And we didn't get to the part where we talk about what we're going to do with all of that footage, which will be substantially valuable, at the end. So, what we have planned initially, Alexandra and I, is to commit this film to a gallery installation. And what we want to have is all of the film, all of the footage from a given place, running on loop, accompanied by whatever soundscapes we collect in each location, and we will arrange them through the gallery as a sort of walking audiovisual map. So you can walk from footage collected in BC all the way to footage collected in Newfoundland. And they'll be separate, they'll have their own sorts of setups going on, but all still, very connected in the same space, in the same sort of theater. So we're very excited for that possibility. The gallery installation will most likely be set up in Vancouver, as that's where we're based, of course. But we think there's also a lot of potential to take that on the road as well, so there's no end to the road. After the installation, we kind of want to get the footage and some of what we've been doing here, talking on video, and video that we're going to collect outside of the whole Super 8 analog film world. I'm going to compile everything into a probably 10 to 12 episode miniseries and show it on Canadian TV and maybe even international TV if we can get that far. And with your help and support, I'm sure we can make it. So we just want to break down the footage into a more accessible format that you don't actually have to be present in the gallery, though that will be cool to see. And so, before I go on too long about that without Alex, I'm sure she'll want to talk to you more about it. She's played a big part in fleshing out that particular end of it. Just want to talk a little bit more about the actual theory behind why we're going to the effort of trying to train people on this esoteric and in many views outmoded medium. As we said last week, analog film, and particularly hand processing of that film, lends to the image a much more personal connection than you can really get any other way, because the photographer's hands have been directly on the exposed film strip, and much like the written word versus the typed word, you can actually see the impressions of the photographer in the film. And opinions vary about this, but it's something that Alex and I find valuable. Also, in the modern era, video is this, and every other guy, the weird hat, talking on YouTube. Video and other such accessible and affordable formats have greatly democratized media, but they've also oversaturated it. So there's much, much more information to absorb, and much, much more that you can shoot. You can take pictures of anything, for instance, review the ones that you like and throw the rest away, and all this works really well if you're on vacation and you want to get the family snapshot. It doesn't really lend you to being selective, so we are trying to go a little bit more for that approach. When people are taking images of their towns, we want people to really think about what they want to see and what they want to show, because they have 3 minutes and that's pretty much it. And sometimes people mistake this approach, and I've encountered this a lot in some of my other work. they mistake it for Ludism, which is sort of the general opposition to new technology. And I Wikipedia'd this recently and found out that it's actually named after a guy named Ned Ludd, who was a sort of mythical Robin Hood figure in 19th century Britain, who led the way by smashing the looms and taking down the Industrial Revolution. We're not like that. We really enjoy video, and we think there's a lot of capabilities there, and we just think there's a lot of room in the playing field for both formats, and there's a lot of things that you can't capture on video that you can capture on film, and the same is true the other way around. So we're looking for people to be selective, and we're looking for people to have this connection to their images, and we think the more people know about that going into the process, the more it's really going to show through in the work. And that's kind of what Canadian Framelines is all about, is about getting the individual's story onto the screen everywhere in the world by their own hand, not through the iatrogenic influence of the big city filmmaker like us. So we'll talk more about this next time. We're going to actually go out after our few weeks away and visit our fabulous bus, and we'll have some updates about that, some actual concrete updates, and we'll have some more pictures for you. So stay tuned to see us next week. From all of us here at Framelines Land, thanks for watching.